Hello everyone, welcome to another Let's Play. My name is Anna Mardell and this is Quest for Glory 2. When we last left our hero, we had formed a partnership with Ferrari. It's worth remembering that Dinarazad warned us that Ferrari should not be trusted and that he will stab us in the back. So, I don't know that we want to be partners with him. He's ignoring us right now, which is very strange. But, you know, maybe he's just not a morning person. So let's go aside and find if there's something else we can do with our time.
You are under arrest for breaking the law of Vizier on this day, the 29th of the Serpent, year of the Jinn. Come quietly or you will be taken by force.
Ha! I don't know which law we are supposed to have broken, but it could be several. You briefly consider struggling with the guards, but realize that there are just too many of them.
You follow the guard through the dark streets, past the gates of the palace, and into the dungeon of Vizier. After being dragged to the dungeon of the palace, you were roughly searched, beaten, and questioned by the guards. They warned you that Kaveen will be coming soon to personally question you, and that you won't enjoy it.
Okay. There is a Kata here who is thin and looks as though he's been recently beaten. Hi. The Kata stares suspiciously at you. Are you Shima's nephew? We don't have anything, except we have a sapphire pin that the Kata gave us in thanks for our service. It's attached to our clothes. Show him the pin. Maybe that'll do something.
A pin like that can only be seen by a friend, such as its magic. It is Kata magic. You must be very trusted by my people to gain such a thing. Well, Kata friend, let us escape this very dangerous place. Shima is my cousin. She is very bright and knows how to run an inn. She is also a good judge of character and would know a true hero when she saw you.
Well, we like her. What is that? That's our stuff, isn't it?
Your equipment has been laid carefully out, searched, and neatly laid on the table, awaiting Kaveen's inspection.
So, the door is locked.
The gate is made of the same simple iron bars as the rest of the cell. The lock is a simple key mounting.
We have 200 strength. We can probably force the bars. We have open magic and can probably magic the lock open. We also have a pin that, when it was given to us, reminded us of when we were first learning to pick locks, and we used a pin similar to that pin in order to lock pick them. So I'm just going to pick the dang lock. You find that the guards took all your tools when they searched you. Your equipment is beyond reach. You'll need to find something else. Pick lock with pin. Remembering your advanced adventuring lessons, you set to work on the cell door lock, using the pointed end of your sapphire pin as a lockpick. I have heard from others in the underground that there is a concealed passage in the room outside this cell. The entrance to the passageway should be here. Yes, it is here. Lend your strong shoulder to the task. Do not fear. I will lead you to safety through the passageways, Kata friend. Perhaps before you leave, you should pick up your equipment over there near the cell. But do not dally too long, or the guards will surely come. So get equipment. You recover all your equipment. And leave. The Kata. So if we hadn't made friends with him, then we wouldn't have that secret way out.
The Kata leads you through dark passages under the palace to a secret exit into the Vizier's streets. Sharaf warns you that tomorrow night the underground plans to attack the palace and overthrow the emir. Well, that's awesome.
He needs a good overthrow.
He shows you to the passage that leads back towards the Blue Parrot Inn and reminds you to be wary of guards. Then he bids you good luck and scurries off.
That doesn't help us much. We can't go back to the inn, and we can't leave the city, but there's only 2 guards. Maybe we can overpower them and fight our way out or something. I'm going to do something which may not make much sense, but I'm going to do it anyway. Can never have too much magic protection, right? Apparently it didn't do anything.
You find you cannot move. The man before you has a low, pleasant voice and eyes like a snake. Aaron, I am your friend. Remember your friend, Aravis. Remember my voice. Remember my face. Trust me, I am your friend. You try to struggle, but your body will not obey. You cannot even close your eyes, but you try to avoid his gaze. There is something about his eyes, though. Aaron, I am your friend. I am your friend, and you trust me. Trust in my words. Trust in my eyes. Look in my eyes and trust me. You look at his eyes and cannot look away. They seem to glow. His words whirl around your head. Aaron, I am your friend. Obey now your friend Aravis. Obey my words. Obey now my voice. Trust in your friend and obey me. You find yourself relaxing. You're with a friend. His eyes are gentle and his smile warms you. Aaron, you know me. I am your friend Aravis, who helped you escape from the dungeons of Vizier. Together we seek to aid our friend Emir Aras. I was his trusted vizier, remember? You find yourself nodding at this humble, gentle man. To end the evil reign of Kaveen and restore our friend the Emir Aras, tonight, together, we must go out into the desert. We must journey to the Forbidden City and recover the magic item that will break the spell upon the Emir. We need to get the statue of Iblis. Yes, you know this is something you've got to do. But you frown as you try to remember something you once heard about Iblis. You remember the statue of Iblis, don't you? God damn it. That's just excellent, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay, I wanted to show that reversal doesn't work. Because otherwise someone would naturally think, well, what if we had reversal going? We don't have reversal, so now we won't get the wearing off thing. That's very frustrating. Oh, and of course the volume is wrong. You remember the statue of Iblis, don't you? It has remarkable powers. It can break any spell it touches. We need to take the statue to Aras, our friend. Together, let us save the city of Vizier. He puts his arm on your shoulders, and you smile. Here is a man of great wisdom that you have trusted and respected, and he needs your help. Together you will save the Emir. You and Aravis will get the statue of Iblis. You there, try walking through the door now. No, fool, pass through it. Oh, get out of the way. You have no idea how or why you got here,
but it is nice to be able to help such a nice man.
I cannot be mistaken. My translation of the prophecy must be correct. It must be you. Of all the stupid heroes in the world, I had to be cursed with you. What is wrong? How does it go? For 1,000 years and a year, Iblis will be bound. I know that it has been 1,001 years to this very day, so that must be correct. Beneath the tombstones of the city that he once did found, this is the Forbidden City. There is no doubt of that. Then comes a hero from the Northland, led into despair. You are the only hero that I have found recently. It must be you, and I have no doubt you will despair before I am through with you. Passing through the door unopened that he will find there. The door! A cursed door! Why can you not pass through it? When the moonlight shines between the dragon's jaws and is caught and held there by the scorpion's claws. The moon! It is not due to rise between the two constellations until tomorrow. How can I be wrong? I will not be denied. I cannot be wrong. It did not say 1,001 years and a day. No. But how can the moon be where it cannot be? You're the hero. Answer me how the moon can be between the dragon and the scorpion.
The door to the Forbidden City is sealed, as it has been for centuries.
What about it? The door is clearly there, emblazoned with stars. Wait, they are constellations. There is the scorpion, below is the dragon. Perhaps you are not totally worthless after all. We need but wait for the moon to shine upon the door.
The pale moon provides the only illumination for this eerie tableau. He seems like such a nice man. You would really like to be able to help him.
Do you have nothing better to do than waste my time? Let me think, and I'd advise you to do the same.
This fallen tower once stood guard over the ancient city. Jutting from the ground like the prow of an ancient shipwreck is the entrance to the Forbidden City. We have a mirror, which Zaisha gave us. Could we use that? You whip the mirror out of your pocket and carefully direct the reflected moonlight between the constellations.
At last! Now how does the rest of the prophecy go? And at last the hero, he who waits behind shall see, while Iblis rises by the dark one, and the light shall flee. By the name of Suleiman, so let this be. Now you know all you need to know. Go in there and bring me the statue of Iblis.
Okay. Can do. For a few moments, your mind is overwhelmed by the squalling, whirling wind. Then the euphoric feeling starts to fade, and you stand alone in darkness. The past few hours are hazy in your memory. You remember only one thing clearly. You are here to find the statue of Iblis. Can't see a thing. It's too dark. We have a lamp with a magic flame. Excellent. The rock glistens with moisture. So, you know, it's interesting. The astrologer and the Sultan's astrologer and Omar kept saying that the hero would pass into darkness. And we seem to have done so. There's a red glow in another chamber beyond this one. Well, this is interesting. The glow in this cavern comes from a phosphorescent fungi. The stream flows swiftly to a waterfall which disappears into a great cavern far, far below. There appears to be an opening in the rocks, but it's hard to see from this side of the river. Jump on log? Try jumping from the mossy bank by the falls. This is going to be tricky to time. Okay, we did it. We did good. Careful examination of the air hole and the rocks above reveals that there are some loose rocks that hold the structure together. There are small fissures running between its base and the rocks above. Your foot slips due to the force of the air rushing into that small opening. There is tremendous pressure from all the wind trying to surge into the hole, and you struggle to overcome it. Whew, that was close. I guess our strength did that, but there we go. That's just safer, is what that is. I don't know what we would use if we couldn't jump with, agility. I really don't know how you get across that otherwise. Being careful here, because otherwise we could fall. And I do not wish to fall. The heat of this room is painful. You feel sweat pour down from you and hear it sizzle on the ground below. There is the distinct odor of brimstone around you. And I can't turn down those flame sounds, so we're just stuck with it. Sorry. Health is not doing great. Ow, 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 ow. You stepped on something that wasn't quite solid rock and felt the heat through your boot. Phew. Okay. The good news is we've got like 1,000,000 healing and mana pills, so you are getting tired. Not sure the best way to get down from here, but let's try casting levitate. And there we go. Nicely done, nicely done. There is a door here.
You hear a deep echoing voice. None shall enter, none shall pass, but he who speaks the name of power. Speak now the name of power.
Well, Aravi said Suleiman.
You hear a sound of thunder. Cool.
So where are we now? This is...
Oh.
It is a reflection of your lamplight. A lot of treasure in this cavern. A lot of treasure. The astrologer said that in addition to passing through darkness and fire and all those other things, elements, we would pass into temptation. And this place is pretty tempting. There's armor and weapons. We could use those. There's gold and, what looks like maybe, I don't know, spices. So... But that's not.
A glow illuminates this chamber. It flows from an object high atop the strange structure before you. At the sight of the glowing object, you feel irresistibly drawn forward. Your feet seem to move with a will of their own. That seems bad. As you draw near, you see that the object is a statue made of crystal. A dark, shapeless form stirs within it. The crystal's cool glow is numbing. You feel compelled to pick it up, but as you reach out, you are suddenly unable to move. Fool! Some hero you are! A pawn of the very man you sought to destroy. Thanks to your help, I now have that through which I can summon the greatest destructive power ever known, Iblis himself. Do you know how long I have awaited this moment? 70 years. 70 years I have served the Dark Master while watching for the stars to align. 70 years I have spent learning the magic that controls men's minds and waiting for a fool to fulfill the prophecy for me. Tonight, as the moon arises between the scorpion's claws and the dragon's teeth, I shall begin the ritual that will make me the master. I will control Iblis and thus control the world. While you, pawn of the prophecy, shall remain behind in this tomb. You shall be he who waits behind. Farewell, hero. Whoops.
So that kind of sucks. Something flashes in the darkness. The door is blocked by tons of rocks, apparently for good. Is there any magic in this cave at all? There is still a source of magic in this room. What flashed in the darkness? Look at flash. You see a small golden ring around the top of a stalagmite. Or is it a stalactite? I know this one. It's a stalagmite because it's coming up from the ground, G. If it was coming from the ceiling, C, it would be a stalactite. So let's get that ring. You pick up the ring and read the inscription, "He who waits behind." As you put it on your finger, you twist it a bit to see its design. I may grant you 3 wishes, O Master of the Ring. What is your first wish?
Who are you?
We Jinn are very great and powerful. Well, some of us are anyway. I'm the genie of the ring. Suleiman asked for someone to stay here and guard to make sure Iblis didn't escape. I volunteered. All the other Jinn laughed at me because I'm not very good at magic, but not Suleiman. He said I do fine and let me be he who waits behind. I guess he was wrong, huh? Iblis is gone and you and I are kind of stuck here, aren't we, Master? Iblis was the most powerful of all Jinn. 1,000 years and a year ago, he created a huge city here and tried to make all men bow before him. Suleiman summoned all the Jinn to his side and with their power turned the city into Iblis's tomb. Then Iblis himself was caught and bound. It became the statue you saw here. I've been in the ring so long I can't remember. I can grant you 3 wishes by the power of the ring. I can get you anything you want, as long as it is health, prowess, or teleporting you to Iblis. What do you mean by prowess? I can give you the ability of 10 men at any skill you want to improve upon. You have but to wish for strength, or magic, or intelligence, or sneaking, or, well, you get the idea.
Okay. So I don't know if you remember, or indeed, we have no gold left. When the guards took us prisoner, they put our gold separately. That's fine. Okay, I can't do anything. So way back in the first game, I said before I knew about the cheat that let us get climbing, in addition to the other 3 skills I wanted to get, I said we would get it in a later game via another method. We would go from 0 to having it trainable. So later on in this game, when we couldn't learn climbing, and I was growling about that, I think I said something like, well, we'll get it later. This is how we were going to get it. I'm going to wish for climbing. I'm going to spell it right this time. By my power, may you have the skill of 10 men. You suddenly feel much more skilled. Gee, it's so nice when my magic actually works. What is your next wish, O Master of the Ring? So, every one of his prowess booms gives you 50 of that point. If we had had 0 climbing, we would have gone from 0 to 50. We've gone from 100 to 50. So you know what I'm going to wish again for a second time. But Master, I've already granted you that wish. God damn it. I was really hoping we could get it up to 100. Wish for climbing again. Wish for teleport. Well, I can kind of grant you that wish, but it has 2 problems. First, I can only teleport you where Iblis is now,
And second, it's the last wish I could grant. You'll have to make all your other wishes first. So if you still want me to do it, repeat your wish and it shall be granted, I hope. God damn it. So it's not going to let me wish for climbing twice. That... Fine. There's really no point in wishing for a skill that we've maxed out, because if I wish for strength...
Oh god, it did do it. Oh god, that changes everything. I thought it wouldn't be able to give us the wish because we were maximum already. And, so here's an interesting thing. If I say wish for honor... I am sorry, Master, but honor is the one thing I cannot grant you. You must earn that one yourself. I thought that was a nice, interesting little touch. So what would I like to have more of? I did not know we could go over 250. I was planning to get climbing to 200, and then we'd have pretty 200s just shoop, 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 everywhere. I did not know we could get one of them above 50. So, let me think. The next game, communication will be easy to get. Magic will be the same grind as usual. I would prefer to wish for climbing, but I can't. Throwing is always a grind. Lockpicking, I don't even know if you can practice it in the third game. So that's one possibility, but man, I hate to throw it on that. Because probably you can grind it by picking your nose again or something. Stealth, you can always do stealth. Dodge, parry, weapon use, you can always do those. Strength, agility, vitality, luck, honor. Well, really, the world is our oyster here. If I wish for magic, because magic is always kind of the fiddly one. Yeah, that after our magic points as well. I think I'm gonna do that, actually. So, alright, and now wish to teleport to Iblis. Okay, so, actually, before I do that, now I have to talk to you. There are, I said before that hang on, I have to find it before I can talk about it. I said before that one of my biggest frustrations with the first game was that the ending was identical regardless of what character type you played. Whether you were a fighter, whether you were a magic user, whether you were a thief, the ending was the same each time. You went through the brigand's puzzle room, you went through the brigand's Three Stooges room, you went through the warlock's trap room, then you ended up in the leader's room where you threw a potion, and then you go to Baba Yaga's and you use the mirror. All of those actions are identical, regardless of whether you're a fighter, a magic user, or a thief. The ending sequence for this game is a little bit different. Whenever we wish to teleport to Iblis, there's a couple of programming checks that go on in the background. Those programming checks determine where we end up for the ending. Physically, where we end up. There's two options to land us. One is inside the palace, we can go through the harem with women. Um, when we rescued Zaisha, she gave us a mirror and said that if we ever needed any help, the women of the harem would help us. The other option is that we can go to an antechamber and confront Kaveen. The checks done by the game, this is from the internet, so I haven't had a chance to test this, but I think this sounds right because I've played this game several times and I've noticed some differences. The checks are, we have to possess magic rope, which we do have in our inventory. We purchased it from Keep On Laughing. I believe we purchased it the first day. It is possible to have run out of it by now, depending on when you were using it and what for. I've been careful to always use levitate instead of using the magic rope to climb. So when we broke into Kaveen's house, levitated up to the window. When we needed to get down from the ledge a couple of rooms back, I levitated down. We have not used any magic rope. So check 1 is, do you have magic rope? Check 2 is whether you possess a certain number of throwing daggers. I think it's 3 or more. We have 5, so we have that. And check 3 is whether we have stealth. We do. And check 4 is whether our throwing skill is higher than like 60. It is. We got it up to 200. So in that case, we will get to go through the harem, which is honestly my preference. By the name of Solomon bin Daud, the binder, and by my power is he who waits behind. Take us to Iblis! Wow, what do you know? It worked! My magic really worked! We are now in what you call Vizier. This is as close to Iblis as I could get. There are some very powerful spells coming from that palace over there. We don't have much time. What are you waiting for? Let's go! There is a soft whisper from the alleyway. Hero friend, what magic you have at your command. The underground is prepared to attack the palace. If you need to enter there, we will provide some distraction for you. However, we are almost ready, so you must hurry before you are caught in our battle. Okay. Sharaf silently sneaks off. I actually really like, we don't see much of it, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I actually really like that the underground, including perhaps some Kata, although I think Sharaf was the only one who stayed behind, so maybe it's mostly humans. I actually really liked that the underground is taking it upon themselves to attack, and this isn't just us saving them as the white guy who showed up. So that's cool. It's a scarf left by the harem girl to show the way. There's a eunuch patrolling the parapet, and guards stand motionless at the gate. So we're going to, we're gonna wait for the eunuch to go by. Any day now. Okay, this is the harem. So it's very beautiful. Look at all the pretty purples and the carpet, and it looks comfortable and fun to lounge around. And there's also lots of ladies, yellow and blue and green and blue and purple and green, and these ladies here. And here is Mezun, the servant woman who cared about Zaisha. So, and I even think, and I can't swear to this, I think we meet one of the harem girls again in Quest for Glory 5, which is the only Quest for Glory I have not played. But I can't again swear to that. So, welcome, hero who aided Zaisha. Quickly, you must hide before the eunuch passes. There, go behind the curtain. This is a comedy section. The dark one, Aravis, can be seen from the balcony off the next room. All are forbidden to watch what he is doing. If you wish to watch him, you will need to sneak through the next room. We will try to aid you by distracting one of the eunuchs. Quickly, hide again. This is the one who gave his clothes to Zaisha.
How handsome he is. How strong his muscles are. Lucky Zaisha. If I had been her, clothes would not be the only things we exchanged in that room. If you had been her, you never would have left that room. Light how his hair shines like sunlight, his eyes like starlight. Already you moon for him.
You must go now, before Abu the eunuch comes back. Eunuch comes back. Sorry. Wait, a guard comes. Hide quickly. There is an uprising in the city, and the people are trying to break down the gate. You must watch out for strangers.
A stranger? In here? Whatever would we do?
I can think of several things.
Shh. But you, Barley, you will protect us from strangers. No stranger could possibly get past you.
This is, of course, true. No one can get by me. Then perhaps you should go back to your watch.
We feel so safe.
With you out there.
No stranger would dare enter.
Enter what? Shh.
Thank you for warning us. We will be very, very careful.
You know I will protect you. Go, before some stranger tries to sneak up upon the battlements. Who could do that? There are guards below. Go before Kavin catches you away from your post. Kavin, oh my. Hira, go behind the curtain. Abu returns.
What a pretty smile. With teeth like pearl. And lips made for kissing. And a tongue made for Nawar.
Quickly, go to the doorway and sneak into the other room.
Couldn't he stay longer? He just got here.
Quiet. Go now, hero, before we all get caught. Oh, sorry, that's on us.
Farewell. Good luck. Come back soon. Perhaps later tonight. And the next night. And the next. Such stories we could tell you. Such tales we could make. Speaking of making tales, your mind is always on that end.
Be careful. It is very dangerous out there. May fortune favor you, and may you go before you get caught.
So we grin and blow a kiss.
Go quickly. Hide in the room, and I will distract Hajib at the table.
So we sneak down to the fish fountain.
Hajib, will you please come here a minute? I wish to share some words with you. Sorry, I was doing the wrong voice. I thought that was Maysoon. It's Nawar.
Sorry. Hajib, would you please come here? I wish to share some words with you.
So this is tricky. What is it, young and restless one?
Not yet, master. You will be seen. A little faster.
So this is the thief ending. There, over there. Iblis is in the center of the ritual chamber. When the last candle is lit, Iblis will be loose. Let's go get him.
So this is the thief ending. And so we would come from the back end and use magic rope. And here is where that practice with the... You glance down. You shiver for a moment, knowing it's a long way down. And there is no net. This is where that practice with the acrobat in Sapir pays off, quote unquote. We're gonna slowly, ever so slowly, work our way across, and God damn, are we gonna get across in time? The trick is to get there before all the candles are lit. Which is part of the ritual that he's casting. And I think the game is giving us some grace period because... Oh man, come on. Come on.
Careful, Master. There is some sort of spell between the pillars. It won't let any magic or anything alive get through from outside. Even so, we've got to stop the last candle from being lit.
You have used the last of the magic rope. So if we have... This is why we need 3 throwing daggers. We need 1 to throw to hit the last candle. No! After 70 years, no!
Now, get to the pillar.
You!
I think you made him angry, Master. Better duck. Missed us! Let's get it, Master. Go over to the other pillar where you can get back at that wicked old human.
I don't really understand why we can't... throw our dagger from where we are. And I also hate that the ducks are timed instead of just letting us decide when to... I shall destroy you! Great. Duck. Yeah, that's... See, I can't stand back up until it just decides that... Okay, so we're at the pillar. So I need... This worked so well on the candle. Is that the best you can do, little man? No, I actually have another one. That was fine, really. Only needed 2.
Yeah, we did it! The spell in the room is broken now, Master. We can go in. Thank you, Master. Now I can take Iblis back to his tomb where he will be safe for another 1,000 years and a year.
Oh, okay, actually I do want.
I knew I would remember it. The real prophecy is 1,000 years and a year, so shall Iblis be caught in the tombstone of the city where he and I once fought, until moonlight has been captured twixt the scorpion and the drake. Then comes a hero from the north, and ancient powers wake, led and followed by a dark one, guided to deceit and despair, passing through the trial by fire, trials of water, earth, and air, passing through the door unopened, barrier that yields to none. By my name of Solomon, so shall this be done. Come at last into betrayal, and to he who waits behind. Seek ye then to capture Iblis ere he rises unconfined. Else shall come the night eternal, darkness overshadows light, unless a hero seeks the darkness and restores to wrongs the wrongs to right.
So that is one ending. But we are going to now see
Oh no. I can't drop daggers. Oh, bloody heck. Really? Really, really, really? Alright, I'm gonna have to backtrack and cut the video. That's stupid. I need to drop the daggers before we can get the alternate ending, because I said here is where it does a check. But if I try to drop them, he says, "Was that a wish, Master?" And it was not a wish. And so I'm gonna have to reload a game, and all of these were after I'd already summoned him, because I didn't know. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to play through and do a video cut, which I hate doing, but it is what it is. Otherwise, it's just gonna be too long. So hold on. Okay, and we're back. That was annoying. So what I have done is I have dropped, before entering this room, I dropped the 5 daggers and I dropped the magic rope. Wish for magic, wish for climbing. Alright, teleport to Iblis. This should hopefully work. Hero friend, what magic have you at your command? Okay. So the check for the teleport, the check for the ending checked 4 things. It checked whether you had a magic rope, which we need in order to approach Aravis from the back parapet. It checked whether we had 3 or more daggers, which we needed 1 for the candle and then 2 for Aravis. It checked whether we had the sneaking skill, which we need in order to get through the room with the eunuchs. And it checked whether we had a throwing skill, because we need that in order to adequately throw daggers. Obviously, I can't undo our throwing and sneaking skills, but I got rid of our dagger and the magic rope. So we should get the fighter ending. The problem is that I'm not sure what to do at this point, because I usually get the thief, I usually go for the thief ending. I like it better. I like seeing the girls. I like the... Okay, here we go. And then I'll tell you so. So let me talk for a second, and then I'll talk about something else. Boy, that's these Let's Plays in a nutshell, isn't it? Let me talk about something, and then I'll talk about something else. So I like the harem approach, because I do like seeing the girls. I like seeing girls, period. This is, we don't see a lot of women in this particular game. There's Ahura and there's Shima. And of course we don't ever know the genders of most of the kata we deal with. But, and there's Aziza. So, okay, there's some. But we rarely see them, like, say, several to a room. And, you know, there we had several women in a room, and we got to see their lives and kind of a little bit about how they feel about Razir and being stuck in the Emir's palace and being kind of owned, I guess would be how a lot of them feel about their lives. So I think I like seeing them for the same reason
that one of the same reasons that I love Mad Max Fury Road so much. I really want all the harem girls to, like, break out on a, giant truck and ride across the Shapier Desert, throwing, like, smoke bombs and shit at motorcycle riders while they escape. That would be awesome. Call me if you need me to make this movie for you. There's probably no probably about it. There's definitely legit criticisms to be aimed about how, for instance, in the media, women of color are generally hypersexualized. So of course you have these women in the harem, and all they can talk about, even if they're joking, even if they're teasing you, even if they don't mean it, the best way they can think of to tease you and talk is with sexual entendres. I didn't read it as a child as hypersexualization, partly because I consider myself kind of a-spectrum. I don't always catch double entendres, period. So the fact that I didn't see it as hypersexual doesn't mean that it's not there. I didn't see it that way. I thought they were teasing you. I thought they were bored and probably in a lot of cases scared, with this whole ritual thing going on. And this was kind of like their best way of coping with that fear, was to make stupid sex jokes that they didn't actually mean. As an adult, I look at that scene and I think, was that really what they intended? Or was that just what child me headcanoned? And I think probably there was more than a little bit of headcanoning going on there. Because obviously if they really were scared, they probably wouldn't be stopping you from, oh, don't go, stay with us. They'd probably be like, yes, go fix this and then come back or whatever, So yeah, but you could totally read that scene, and I'm not going to disagree with anyone who does read that scene, as showing the women as vapid and brainless and not caring about their survival. I didn't, as a kid who as a little girl, I read that as them being just as smart as everybody else, but just kind of freaking out about this horrible situation of this djinn about to be released, and this was kind of their way of dealing with it, in my mind. So anyway, the other thing I was going to say is, if you wanted to see both of these endings, whatever you do, do not wait until you get into the Chamber of Iblis to drop your daggers, because I did that. And it turns out the check is not when you teleport. The programming check is when you enter the Chamber of Iblis. So if you have magic rope and daggers when you enter, you will get sent off to the harem anyway. Which was not good, because I had nothing to throw at Aravis, and plus that wasn't the ending I wanted to show you. This is the ending I want to show you, and I'm struggling with whether or not to cut the video here on a cliffhanger, or just live with having a longer video. I think we're gonna have to live with having a longer video. Hurry, master, you must follow me. So we took a left like we were going into the harem, but instead of the harem, we just teleport somewhere else. You race through the palace passageways, pausing now and again to evade scurrying guards. The genie of the ring, for all of his forgetful nature, seems to have a clear idea of where he's taking you. Through here, master, Iblis is close and time is short. There, master, through that door over there is the ritual chamber where Iblis is being summoned. Let's go. The people of the city are revolting, and Aravis has to choose this time of all times to do some sort of magical ceremony. I am ordered to guard this door when I should be out leading the troops. A pox upon the head of all magicians. You will have to give the orders. Let no one into the palace. If a single person gets past you, I will have your head on a platter. To hear is to obey, sir. Well, what are you waiting for? We need to get to that door. So there's Kaveen. The dais and the balcony attest to the fact that this room is used for ceremony and special occasions. For you now, it is simply one more step along the path to the defeat of Aravis. So what I like about this is that, unlike Quest for Glory 1, there are different approaches to the ending
based on who you are. If you were a thief, you get to go through the harem. And in fact, like I said, I think in Quest for Glory 5, you actually get to meet one of those harem girls again as a thief. If you are a fighter, or if you're a magic user, you get to go through Kaveen. A magic user would cast Calm on Kaveen. We are going to take another route. So you have managed to escape. Adavis does not know everything, it seems. Good. I have been waiting for this moment. And we fight him. Doot-doot-doot. 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 Kaveen receives his mortal wound at your hands. There are a couple of options here. We can, okay. Please, we've got to do something. Hurry. What am I doing wrong? Wait a second. I thought... I had thought that there was an option to okay, baby, I need you to get down. Get down, thank you. I'm sorry. Thank you. Just sit right there. You're interfering with Mommy's Let's Play. I need to be able to see the screen. I'm so sorry. I have a kitten. And the kitten is, well, he's trying to watch. I had thought that there was two things to do here. One is you can choose not to kill Kaveen, which is a callback to the EOF when we didn't kill our opponent there. And paladins tend to not kill their wounded opponents. But I screwed that up or something because it said he received his mortal wound dodge. What am I doing wrong? Open door. I don't understand this. I really did think that there was an option to... I really did think that there was an option to not kill Kaveen. I don't... Oh, God. This is frustrating to me. I really thought that there was an option to... During the fight, Kaveen loses his sword. The hero may give it back to him as an act of honor. Nonetheless, Kaveen finds death by the hero's sword. Maybe... Okay, so he does die either way. The only difference is whether we let him have his sword. Maybe it didn't do that because our honor was already maxed out. That would
makes sense. So, because sometimes the game doesn't do things if there's no need for it. So I'm betting that's what it is. I'm betting that he didn't do this sword drop thing because we didn't need it. So how do we get the door open is the question. I'm looking it up on my phone. Oh, that's cool. Somebody has a list of all the things that you can once you disarm Kaveen. So the dishonor is killing him while he's disarmed. The honor is letting him pick up his sword. But in either case, you still kill him. So after the trap's gone, open the door. Force door. There we go. Yeah, I'm going. Okay, so, and again, this is the fighter path. The mage would use the open spell. So we're going to... Oh, jeez. You seem to have triggered a magical spell on that statue, Master. Another candle! Master, hurry! So we're gonna escape. Cast calm on the statue? I'm trying! Ugh. This is why I prefer the thief ending. I was trying to remember, why do I prefer the thief ending so much? Is it just the harem? Well, it is the harem, but it's also the fact that the fighter ending sucks. So you're supposed to fight and can you break it? No, escape. And there we hit the candle. Oh my freaking god. I'm trying to do it the way we're supposed to do it. Yeah, I'm working on it. Fight. Then we escape. Oh, fuck. this shit. I know how to do it the magic way. If we don't get points for it, I will fight, escape, cast, force. If we didn't get points for it, you're supposed to like run into it and just kick it. We're gonna cast reversal, so he can't do that. He turned us into a Saurus. Fight. Escape. Can we kick Candle? Just run up to one and do it. Oh, it's so easy, isn't it? All you have to do is just hope that the game doesn't... By all the powers of darkness, by the power of my name, shall your soul be mirrored outward and shall your body be the same. So, the hero has a reversal spell. Well, there's a way around that. Really? Next time, take a tip from Anavis. If your spell rebounds from its target, find another target. I don't know how you can do this as a fighter and it's just, it goes too fast. I know how to do it as a mage. Cast force. Shit. Well, we did it at the wrong angle. This is very god dang it. I don't understand why... So you have to knock the Vizier at an angle. There we go. And I don't know that we'll get full points since we did it the magic way instead of the fighter way. I'm really upset about that. I'm not happy. Thank you, Master. Now I can take Iblis back to his tomb. And we're going to get the same poem as before. So, what I'm going to do is... I really do have to cut the video here, and I'm sorry. I feel like a shit for it, but oh crap. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video here, and we'll pick up in another video because this one's gotten too long. I'm so sorry. My name is Anna Madral, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.